So this video is going to show you some very cool things about how to use the Kami tools. So let me get your Kami sheets up here. These are going to look just like yours. So the purpose here is to work on these problems. Now I've assigned this page and this page. There are 5 problems altogether. Each problem is worth 2 points. And I'm going to show you an easy way to do this using the Kami tools. Now, I find that the Kami drawing tools are really hard for me to use. That paintbrush or pencil thing, the numbers are huge, they're out of control, and so I find it very difficult. So what I especially like is the markup tool, and I like to use this as we're reading through the problem. So the problem is, a baker uses 3/4 of a teaspoon of yeast in 1/3 cup of warm water to make rolls. I love fresh homemade rolls. I'll bet you do too. How many teaspoons of yeast does the baker use in 1 cup? So I'm just going to highlight those important words and highlighted that in yellow. And what they've done for us is use a double number line. So the top number is the yeast, and they are dividing this off in 3/4 in units of 3/4. So here's 3/4 right here to 1/3. This is our given right here. And then they're adding 3/4 or multiplying by 2. So I could say 3/4 multiplied by 2/1 is going to give me 6/4. 3/4 right here again multiplied by 3/1 is going to give me 9/4. My cups of water are 1/3, 2/3, and 3/3. Pretty easy right there. So I'm going to show you how we can reproduce this cool little fraction, complex fraction right here. Let's see, make sure I've got the highlighter. So I want to highlight that. And we've got 3/4 over 1/3. When you click on this division sign, it pulls out this whole area that gives you cool math symbols. So what I want to do is change this complex fraction just into a division problem. So I clicked somewhere on the page and it gave me this cool little text box. And so I'm going to start by typing 3/4. So I'll type the number 3, and then I'm going to grab this button right here. It looks like A over B, so the fraction of A over B. If I click that, it makes it into a fraction. So 3 is my numerator. I'm going to type in 4. That's my denominator. Then I'm going to bring the cursor up here, and do you see I clicked right behind the fraction? That's where I'm going to put my divide sign. So over here is my divide sign, and I'm going to divide it by 1/3. So same thing, I'm going to type a 1, click the fraction, A over B, and type the denominator. All right, so what I've got here is 3/4 divided by 1/3. I'm clicking behind that 1/3 and using this cool little arrow tool. That's just reminding me that 3/4 divided by 1/3 is going to be the same as 3/4 multiplied by the reciprocal. So 3/4 again, 3, fraction, type the 4 on the bottom, place the cursor right behind the 3/4 and grab the multiply key. Now I'm going to be multiplying by the reciprocal, remember, of 1/3. Reciprocal means I'm standing that fraction on its head. So 3/3 standing on 1/3 standing on its head is 3 over 1. So 3, there's my fraction, and type 1. If I click behind the 3 over 1 and put my equal sign, I'm going to multiply 3 times 3, which gives me 9. Click the fraction symbol and multiply 4 times 1, which gives me 4. And I've got the same answer as up here. So they use the double number line. Here's the way we can do it using the procedure that we had talked about yesterday. Now, when I want to get rid of those symbols, I click the division sign again. And the question is asking me in the example, what is 3/4 divided by 1/3, the unit rate for? So it wants me to answer that with words. I'm going to click that text box, click somewhere in the answering spot, and just start typing. The unit rate is for the number of teaspoons. Let's put the amount of yeast needed for 1 cup of water and making rolls. Cool. So I'll click away, and I've got, this is my work here. And look, if I want to, I can move that work around. So it's not stationary, it doesn't have to be. I don't want that. Okay. Now let's use these same tools again and talk about what this baker is doing. I'll read through it and you'll be thinking about what you would highlight. The baker fits 26 rolls onto a pan that measures 1 5/8 feet squared, so that's square feet. How many square feet does the baker use for each roll? And show your work. All right, got to show my work, and I'm going to be using this fraction as my numerator and this as my denominator, the 26. So 1 5/8 feet squared over the rolls. And I know that I'm going to go that way because it says square feet to rolls. I think I'll just type that out. So I'll grab a quick text box, feet to rolls. That just helps me remember what it is I'm looking for. And that's the order we need to go in. So this is going to be our top number. This one is our bottom number. So as I've been working with these special symbols, I can't find a way to type in 1 5/8. So I know that 1 5/8 can be changed into an improper fraction by multiplying the whole number 1 times the denominator. 1 times 8 is 8, and we'll add the numerator. 8 plus 3 is 13, and we put 13 over 8 as a denominator. So I'm going to click anywhere. Right there is good. And I'm going to type 13, grab that cool little A over B symbol, and put it over 8. And we are dividing that by 26 over 1. So 26 is the number of rolls. So 26 over 1. And arrow over, we know that 13 over 8 multiplied by 1 over 26, so the reciprocal of that is the same thing. So 1 over 26. Now we've got something kind of cool here. I know that 13 and 26 can both be divided by 13. So although I don't really like this tool, I'm going to grab this paint tool here, and I'm going to draw a little line here and draw a little line here. That just helps me remember what it is I want to do. So I'm dividing 13 divided by 13, and that leaves just 1. And 26 divided by 13, you can use your calculator for that. I know that 26 divided by 13 is 2. So I need to click behind the fraction bar. There we go. Put an equal sign. 1 times 1, numerators multiplied together is 1. And I'm going to grab that fraction representer. Let's see if it's going to do that for me. There we go. Over 8 times 2, which is 16. So there's my work right there as we go have square feet to rolls. Oh, I've got to kind of leave it there. And the question is, how many square feet does the baker use for each roll? Grab a text box and start typing. The baker uses 1 over 16 or 1/16 feet squared. I'm going to use square feet per roll. And I can click on that and move it. There's my solution right there. All right, so what this showed you is how you can use some very cool tools to make Kami even more usable and friendly. So we've done 2 problems together. You're doing the next 3 on your own, and then you're going to submit them. Good luck with this. See you soon.